Ted Cruz of Texas. Senator, thank you for joining us on Victory. You have been the tip of the spear when it comes to keeping the American people informed about the crisis on the southern border. The former president of the United States is here today. And is there anything that the states are stepping up? Is there anything that can be done by the state of Texas to solve this crisis?
Well, there's a lot that Texas is doing and can do to try to mitigate the harm. So Texas, for a long time, has had DPS agents on the southern border. The governor and the legislature are leading with putting in investments to finish building the wall. The challenge, however, is that even with as many officers as the state puts on the border, when someone is apprehended crossing illegally, the state doesn't have the authority to deport them. Only the federal government under immigration law has the authority to deport anyone. And right now, the Biden administration is refusing to enforce the law. So that even if Texas DPS agents stop someone, they don't have the ability to solve the problem. And if that person is handed over then to the Biden administration and they just let them go, the cycle repeats itself and it keeps getting worse and worse.
Some say that Texas doesn't have the right to start rebuilding the wall again. Is that true?
Well, I'm sure that's a question that will be disputed and that will be litigated. On private land, it surely does. Texas has the authority to condemn land. Texas has the authority to build roads and bridges. So I'm not sure what the argument. There might be an argument on federal land if the federal government actually tries to block building the wall. But certainly when you're not on federal land, I would think the state would have ample authority to invest in whatever infrastructure keeps the people of Texas safe. All
right, still to the border here. Congresswoman Veronica Escobar recently referred to El Paso, Texas as the new Ellis Island. I found that offensive. Ellis Island was legal immigration, health screenings, literacy testing, and right now we're on a pace to 6 or 7 times the amount of people annually that came through Ellis Island legally.
Yeah, no, that's exactly right. And you know, what we're seeing on our southern border, the scale of it is truly staggering. A couple of months ago, I brought 19 senators down to the Rio Grande Valley to see what was happening firsthand. And I've been down to the border many, many times, and it is by far the worst I've ever seen it. We've seen over 500,000 people, over 500,000 people cross illegally this year. The numbers keep growing and growing. Last month, we had over 180,000 just in 1 month. That's over a 600% increase from last year. And those numbers, many of those are children. They're little boys, little girls that are being brought in by traffickers, by coyotes who are vicious criminals. And it is truly a humanitarian disaster. These children are many of them are being physically abused. Many of them are being sexually abused. And the humanitarian disaster is getting even worse now that we're in the summer months, because in Texas and South Texas, it's brutally hot. Going through some of those terrains, it can be 100 degrees or more. We're going to see more and more illegal immigrants losing their lives, making the perilous journey. And it's Joe Biden and Kamala Harris who have been encouraging this.
That's absolutely true. Senator Ted Cruz, thank you so much for taking time to be with us on Victory here. And know this, that many millions of Americans are praying for you and supporting you in all you do. Thank you, sir, for being with us.
Well, thank you. And Heidi and I are lifted up by those prayers and grateful for them. And have a very happy 4th of July.
Same to you, sir.